Hello everyone. Today's topic is post request in Postman. So what exactly are post request? They are actually used to send data to the API server in order to create or update a resource. How it is different from a GET request? In case of GET request, we use an endpoint to get certain information which exists in the server, while in case of post request, we send certain data in order to create something or update something. So let's get started with this. I'll create a new request here. So let me add a request. Now, first thing, we'll take a look at the API with which we are working. So in case you are new, this is the particular API with which we are working, reqres.in, and we'll take a look at the first post request. So this is the post request for creation. So we'll take this particular URL and I will copy paste this URL here. Now, first thing for post request is we need to change the method. So I'll select post here and let me rename this to post request and let me save this. So see, initially we have created with get, so that's why get is getting displayed. The moment I click on save, post will get populated here. Okay. Now, if we will take a look at this, we have a certain body which is mentioned here. Okay, so this is the data, this is the endpoint, and here we have to input the body in order to get a response. Now this could be either mandatory or it could be optional as well. This particular API with which we are working, it is optional in our case. So, and the response expected is 201. We are not going to supply the body and see what is happening. So if I'll click on send, you will see this particular new code. So that is 201 created. So that means something got created at the particular server. So here you'll see a ID got generated and it is mentioning that at this particular timestamp it got created. Now in this particular API, when we are creating something, it is not actually creating, it's a fake API. But in case you're working with real APIs, you could use a particular function, like in our case, where exactly this particular ID exists, and we can use, and whatever information you have supplied, you'll be able to fetch that information. Now we'll talk about the body as well. So this is the particular format in which it wants to send the request. This was optional, so first we tried without entering the body. Now we are going to take the body. Now if we enter the body, we are expecting response something like this, which should say name, job, ID, created at. Okay, by taking a look at the body, we understand that it is in JSON format, right? So there are different formats in which you can supply the body. It depends on how the API is created, how it is configured. So you can select whichever format they have mentioned it here. Now in order to work with JSON format, you select on this particular section called raw. The moment you select raw, you'll be able to see that this particular option got displayed. Here if you click on this drop down, you'll be seeing all the different options: JSON, HTML, XML. So in our case it is JSON, but let's say the input request of the API is in HTML format, then we can use HTML. Now I'm going to select JSON and I am going to paste the body what I have copied from here. So this was the input. Now let me update this. So I'll just write Abhishek and I'll write, let's say, trainer. Okay, now this similar type of response I'm expecting. So since I'm sending the name and job, I have updated it, so I am going to expect that and some random ID number and created a timestamp. Now I'll save this particular request. So we have to make sure that we are sending the post request. Body we are using raw, we are using JSON, and we will send the request. So it should generate, yeah, so see the response here, 201. It created something. This is the name, this is the job, this is a new ID what it has created, and this is the timestamp. So this is how you work with post request. This is a very normal post request with which we have started working. Now there are other post requests in which uh, you have to mention some sort of authentication, because it goes and creates or updates something. So usually when you're working with real APIs, most likely it will not be insecure. So you have to provide some sort of token. We are going to discuss about authentication and the token in the next video. We'll just take a look at another post request, a simple post request without authentication. So let's see this particular post request. Login unsuccessful. So see, it is giving this particular endpoint, so I'll use this endpoint, and let me update this, and what format it is expecting me to put the data. So let's take a look at this. Login unsuccessful is there, and let me use the same email ID. Okay, and we are expecting a response 400. Okay, so I'll supply the same information in the body, and let me send the request. Let me save this and then send the request. So see, we are getting a 400 bad request, error, missing password. So we discussed about a very simple post request here. If you're interested in learning how to do the authentication and work with post requests, please watch my next video. Thank you very much. Do let me know if you have any feedback. Do like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.